Hey everybody, welcome to Gregsbeerreviews. Let's go see what's in the fridge today. Hey everybody, thanks for stopping by Gregsbeerreviews. Today we got us an imported beer. This is Goliat. This comes from Denmark, I'm pretty sure. This is an American Double Imperial Stout, coming in at 10.10%. Let's see what it says, 10.1% on the label. Straight up guys, I'm going to tell you, Beer Advocate's got this beer listed and Ray Beer does not. And it's probably somewhere, but I'm not going to jump through hoops to find it. When you type in this Goliat, it should return the beers that's got that name. And they're returning Goliath, Goliath. I couldn't find it. I'm sure someone will post, oh, here it is, a Beer Advocate. Oh, we're going to jump through some hoops to find the fucking beer. No, I'm not going to do that. Homie, don't play that game. I'm going to type in the beer. If it doesn't return it, you're out of the fucking game. That's how it goes. I am using Untappd now to help with the IBUs and the beer ratings. I haven't been posting a lot. I am a member there. I'm Big Valves on Untappd. So if you want to see what I'm reviewing, I'm going to start posting a little bit more stuff on that site. And a lot of the times when I do beers like this, Ray Beer and Beer Advocate don't have the IBUs and stuff. So just trying to get a little more information rather than going to the website for the brewery. And I just don't want to do that. I just don't want. That's just me. It's just my OCD, guys. I just don't want to do it. So Rico sent me this beer. Thanks again, my brother, for sending it to me. I'm sure, coming from Denmark, this is not a cheap beer. All these imported beers are rather pricey because they're coming from across the pond, and that adds to the cost. So, thank you again, my brother. Commercial description that I have on Beer Advocates. This Ray Beer's got their head up their ass on this one. It says here, a great warrior of Goth, the mighty champion of the Philistines, embedded in ancient folklore and religion. Coming from the world of old, his size and stature, not human, he is bigger. The armor of Goliat is black, creamy black lacings stand with towering height. He can grab elements of both earth and heaven, earthy roasted notes from the earth, warming pungent sweet notes from the skies. His heart is beating slowly, almost endlessly slow. The man is thought to be invincible. So, over to the food pairing for the style of beer. It says here, on an Imperial Stout, which this is, choose a butter, brie, Gouda, Havarti, Swiss, and it goes well with your chocolate dishes, of course, has been a stout. And the meat is spoke is beef, smoked meat, game, and grilled meat. Glassware, Pintbecker 9-tumbler snifter, oversized wine glass. Got my favorite snifter today, and can be sold for long periods of time. So, and it looks like it's got about the same full. Oh no, it's spinning around. I'm going to say the same full as the Avery, but it all came off just about one piece. So that's what we want. And this is a dark green bottle. A lot of the breweries over across the pond use these dark green bottles and clear bottles, which clear bottles suck. So, not much yet, just a little bit on this beer. But it is a green bottle, like a Heineken bottle is, so hope it's not skunky. And it's not a huge bottle, a little bit bigger than a 12 ounce. but I won't be able to get it all into this glass. Goliat Imperial Stout brewed with coffee is what it's got on the label. Big green bottle though. About a half finger of head on that pour. Over in the light it's pitch black. No light. Let's get a nose on it. Chocolate notes there. Little bit of the alcohol, not much. No skunkiness though. Not much if there is any. Smells pretty good. I don't do a lot of these imported beers. I don't buy them because they are kind of on the pricey side. So Rico, once again, my friend, thanks for spending your hard-earned money on this and sending this to me. And these imported beers are not cheap, guys. Not where I buy them. Here in Virginia, they are not cheap. They are kind of pricey. Getting a little bit of roasted malt and caramel and bittersweet chocolate on the nose. Smells pretty good. Let's give it a taste. Cheers, everybody. Cheers, Rico. Wow. Rich roasted malt. Almost to the burnt characteristics. Bittersweet chocolate, caramel, toffee, dark fruits, plums, dates, raisins, figs. Oh wow, that's very nice. The green bottle has not affected the taste of this beer. Of course, it's not an IPA or a double IPA or a lightweight lager, where these green bottles tend to affect that and give it kind of a skunky taste. This, I'm not getting that. I am not getting that skunky taste at all. Of course, it's a dark beer, and it has done very well in the bottle. I don't know what the age of it is. I mean, look. Let's see if it's got anything on the back. Imported by Sheldon Brothers. Sheldon Brothers imported a lot of different beers. Evil Twin beers and a lot of the other ones, even the ones that are done in the United States. Sheldon Brothers do a lot of beers that are not available here locally in the United States, and they make them available. So, very nice. I'm not a big fan of the green bottle, but it hasn't affected this beer too much, being a very dark beer. It's left a very heavy lacing ring on the bottle here from being in this. And I don't know what the deal is with the green and the clear bottles over in Europe. Maybe it's cheaper for that glass for them to produce their bottles than it is here in the United States, where we do the brown bottles on most of the stuff. Not a big fan of the green or clear bottles, but it doesn't seem to have affected this beer too much. Very tasty. Rich roasted malt, dark fruits, got some bittersweet chocolate, caramel toffee. Very nice. Very well done. Very tasty. So I'm going to take it outside and let she's out on the deck and let her have a sip, 2 or 3, and finish smoking the cigar that I was smoking, and we'll come back and see where this one ends up here shortly. Alright guys, I'll be right back. Alright guys, I'm back. Myself on this probably about 35, 40, maybe even 45 minutes or so. Very tasty. Very well done beer. Those guys across the pond have been brewing beer for a long time. So, even though it's in a green bottle, still very tasty. If it was an IPA or a double IPA, probably wouldn't be the same grade that I'm going to give this. Very nice. Rich roasted malt, dark fruit, caramel, toffee, bittersweet chocolate. Very, very nice. Very well done. Final show. Wow. Delicious. Great beer. Great beer to cellar too, if you wanted to do that. Would like to see them put some kind of dating on a vintage. This was done in 2013, 2014, 2015, 2016 even. But I looked and there's nothing on the label or bottle anywhere that I can see. That is the only reason that I'm going to give it the grade that I'm going to give it. It has no vintage on it anywhere. And the beers that are shipped over there, they have to date it as required. But the ones they're importing or exporting to the United States, they're not required to do that. Because different states have different laws and rules and regulations, and it sucks. It does. We need a vintage on everything, guys. And this doesn't have it. Even though it's an Imperial Stout, it should have some kind of vintage on it. And that's my OCD, guys. I want to see that. That's just me. Over to Beer Advocate. Beer Advocate says 93, outstanding. Over to Rate Beer, I couldn't find it listed anywhere on their site. And I'm sure some of my subs are going to say, oh, here it is, this, and this. When I type in Goliat, Goliat, and it doesn't return anything, they're out of the game. That's the way it is. I'm not going to jump through hoops to try to find the beer. And like I told you on the other beer reviews, I'm going to try to go to Untapped and get a little more information instead of going to the website and try to find the website. Untapped has this at 4 out of 5 stars, and it is. It's pretty damn tasty. I'm going to give it a 95, guys. It's pretty damn tasty for a beer that's in a green bottle. Very nice, but I still want to see them do a vintage. I would probably give them a little bit better grade if it has some kind of vintage on the bottle, which it does not. I'm going to give it a 95, right in the middle of the A category. Very tasty, very well done. Delicious, matter of fact. I don't think there's anything else we need to talk about. If you had this from Goliat, it says brewed and bottled at Prof. Brewel La Christie. Hey Chip, I'm butchering this all to hell. Belgium. Info toolbrew.com. But pretty sure this is out of Denmark. That's the information that I have on this beer. Yep, it says Denmark and the website here on Beer Advocate. So, and they have it 93 and not outstanding. It is an outstanding beer. It's definitely an A beer in my opinion, guys. So, and like I said, Rate Beer doesn't have it listed, or I couldn't find it. So with that being said, if you've had this one from them, this is their Goliat, Goliat Imperial Stout with coffee. Didn't get a lot of coffee notes on this beer. I don't know how much coffee they infuse in this beer. Might have some slight hints of coffee, but the coffee was not in the front seat at all on this beer. So with that being said, if you've had it, let me know what you think. 9 out of 10 for me, 95 in the rating for me, because I didn't get a lot of coffee and because it didn't have a vintage on the label. So, but still very tasty. Imported beer, kind of pricey. So Rico, thanks a bunch for picking this up, and if you pulled it out of your private stash, I do appreciate it, sir. Very tasty. Very nice beer. If you're into the imported beers, or if you have this beer in your cellar or your fridge, very nice beer to share. It's cellared very well, as far as I can tell. Not having a date on it. Very nice. Alright guys, if you have, let me know. Come on back tomorrow. Let's see what we can dig out of the fridge. See you then.